The night sky over the Middle East glowed with the quiet hum of tension, and the world watched as two powerful voices, one from Washington and one from Tehran, collided once again. The story begins with a single statement that sent shockwaves through global politics. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei publicly daring former U.S. President Donald Trump to stop interfering in the Middle East, followed by a bold vow regarding Iran's nuclear program. This moment didn't just stir headlines, it pushed analysts, leaders, and ordinary viewers around the world to ask, how far will this confrontation go, and what does it mean for regional stability? Hello everyone, welcome back to the Conflict Front Stories channel. Please subscribe and like my videos because today's review dives deep into one of the most intense political standoffs of recent times. In this video, we break down what happened, why it matters, and what might be coming next. The story opens with an exterior scene, the familiar backdrop of Tehran's political environment, a city buzzing with life, tradition, and constant geopolitical pressure. Cameras captured Khamenei addressing supporters, delivering a speech that carried a mixture of defiance and confidence. His words were measured, yet unmistakably sharp. He accused foreign powers, especially the United States, of attempting to manipulate regional affairs for their own benefit. He spoke calmly, but every sentence carried the weight of years of tension, sanctions, and diplomatic clashes. The hook of the story lies in how Khamenei escalated his message, indirectly targeting Donald Trump. He challenged him to stop interfering in Middle Eastern affairs and warned that Iran would no longer tolerate threats or political pressure. But the real shockwave came when he reaffirmed Iran's nuclear determination, not framed as aggression, but as a strategic shield against foreign pressure. Moving into the interior scene, imagine a quiet conference room in Washington. Analysts gather around a large table, reviewing Khamenei's speech on multiple screens. Their expressions reflect concern, calculation, and curiosity. What does this vow really mean? Is Iran signaling a shift in its nuclear posture, or is this a political show for domestic support? These interior settings highlight the behind-the-scenes conversations that the public rarely sees but are crucial to understanding global reactions. The script moves into the deeper layers of the story. For decades, Iran and the United States have exchanged accusations, warnings, and diplomatic punches. Trump's policies toward Iran were among the most aggressive in recent history. The withdrawal from the nuclear deal, the reimposition of sanctions, and the maximum pressure strategy created deep mistrust on both sides. Khamenei's latest remarks bring back memories of those moments that shaped the current geopolitical climate. As we look back at past tensions, the exterior scene shifts to a vast desert border region where military units from different countries maintain constant readiness. Their presence symbolizes how quickly political statements can translate into action. The atmosphere remains calm, but every soldier understands the weight of the political storms surrounding the region. Returning to the interior environment, we focus on media rooms across Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Screens flash with bold titles: Khamenei dares Trump, Iran's nuclear vow, Middle East heat rises again. Experts debate whether this is a strategic message intended to strengthen Iran's negotiating position or a sign of escalating confrontation. Each expert brings a different angle: regional politics, nuclear policy, diplomacy, sanctions, historical grievances. Although the interior conversations are short, they help build a balanced understanding of how the world interprets Iran's message. The narrative then shifts to the ordinary people watching this unfold. On the streets of Tehran, some citizens express support for a strong stance against foreign pressure, while others quietly wonder if rising tensions will affect daily life. In the United States, some analysts argue that Trump's past policies were necessary, while others believe they pushed Iran further toward confrontation. We explore how different countries respond. In the Middle East, nations observe closely because any escalation could directly affect regional stability. Gulf countries consider the economic and security implications. Israel focuses on the nuclear statements, viewing them with caution. European countries, especially those involved in earlier nuclear negotiations, call for calm dialogue. These reactions form an exterior setting spanning across borders and continents. Inside Iranian political circles, short interior dialogues revolve around the possibility of future negotiations or continued defiance. Some argue that Iran's stance strengthens its independence, while others believe diplomatic pathways must remain open. Although brief, these internal discussions reflect how complex and multilayered the issue is. The script moves deeper into the timeline of events. Trump's earlier comments on Iran reemerge, replayed by global news outlets. Some of his statements criticized Iran's policies, while others warned of consequences if Iran continued certain actions. Khamenei's recent remarks can be seen as a direct response to years of pressure. As we analyze the bold nuclear vow, we must understand that nuclear discussions are always sensitive. Iran insists its program is peaceful, while critics fear potential military applications. The vow Khamenei made was symbolic, a warning that Iran would not be controlled by foreign powers. Still, the world watches closely, aware that misunderstandings can lead to serious consequences. To create a meaningful review, we examine both the geopolitical and emotional dimensions. For Iran, this vow represents resilience. For Trump and his supporters, it might be seen as a challenge to American authority. For global powers, it signals the need for diplomacy. For analysts, it is an important moment in a long conflict cycle. The story continues with larger questions. What happens next? Will tensions escalate? Will diplomacy resume? Or will the region enter another cycle of political confrontation? Exterior scenes show busy ports, strategic waterways, and military bases, all areas influenced by U.S.-Iran relations. These locations symbolize the interconnected nature of global politics. A single statement in Tehran can shift energy markets, diplomatic strategies, and regional attitudes. Interior scenes show closed-door meetings in embassies from Ankara to Berlin, from Beijing to Moscow. Diplomats quietly discuss how to manage the rising tension. Some push for negotiations, others wait to see how Washington responds. The narrative blends past, present, and future. The decades of mistrust matter. The immediate statements matter. The expectations for the coming months matter even more. The script enters its final section by returning to the opening question: how far will this confrontation go? The Middle East is a region where words can carry the weight of actions. Every public challenge, every vow, every diplomatic statement becomes part of a larger puzzle. As the video concludes, we focus once more on the viewers. People across the world want stability, progress, and peace. They are tired of conflict, and while political leaders exchange sharp messages, civilians hope that diplomacy can prevent further escalation. Thank you for watching Conflict Front Stories. If you found this detailed breakdown informative, please subscribe, like, and share the video. Your support helps us continue delivering balanced, clear, and research-based analysis of major global events.